Hello, and thanks for joining me for another week with Mirree's Dreamtime Messages. I hope you had a wonderful week last week. The week is going to be starting the 6th of October and running until the 12th. And so I hope you had a wonderful week last week. I want to say thank you to everyone and welcome to all the new anyone that's new here, and I appreciate everybody's likes and comments and subscribes, as it helps me to grow and helps me to bring out some more great content for you guys as well. And so yeah, we're starting another week, and it's going into the second week of October already, and we're also here in Australia. I'm not sure where you are in the world, but I'd love to know where you are. I'm in New South Wales, not far from Sydney, but we're in the second month of spring now, but it's been quite cold, and so yeah, I'm just finishing off the flu that I had from last month, and so I'm a lot better than what I was, which is really great. And so it's good to be back in full swing again. And it's going to be a full moon on Tuesday, and so it's going to be a good time to bring out some new plans, and also write in your journal. Is a good time to be writing in your journal during this time, especially anything that you feel is been heavily weighing on you, or you feel like it's no longer allowed to be in this new cycle of life. And so it's a good time to just allow yourself the room and space to let that go. And because the full moon is about letting go, it can help us to also spiritually cleanse ourselves through the reconnection back to nature. And and so yeah, it's a great time to be writing in your journal, because that makes you accountable for any action steps or any progress that you're making on your journey. Because sometimes we can make the progress and then we think back and go, I think that was like about a couple of weeks ago, or that was like a few days ago, and we lose track. And so that's why it's really important to put your progress in your journal, because it really helps you to see how far you've come when you look back as well. Because sometimes we can think to ourselves, oh, there's still so much to do, what do we have to do, and we don't realize how far we've kind of come until we kind of spend some time looking back. And it's not about dwelling on the past, but it's about really seeing how far and we've come in our journey. And so I'm not sure if you would have seen on my social media channels, but I finished another painting, and I'm going to be starting another new one this new week coming up, which starts the 6th. We had our daylight saving here in Australia, so that the clocks went forward 1 hour, so we lost an hour, unfortunately. So that's going to take some time to get used to. This has been ongoing now for about 117 years. I know, I wish they could just scrap it, but it's just something that we have to put up with, unfortunately. And so when we get used to one daylight saving, another one comes along to shake things up a bit. So I guess there's never a dull moment. But I finally finished the little wombat and babies, and they got like the myrtle flower in the top corner. And this is the first time I've done a couple of wombat babies in there, and so it's got a thick edge, and so you can stand it up on a nightstand or on your office desk, or maybe on a windowsill. And so at the moment I've got $60 off because I've only just bought it out. And so that's only going to be there for a limited amount of time for somebody that's looking for something unique for a Christmas present or for a loved one, or maybe you want to take it for yourself. So this one's now in the online store, all finished, and yeah, you can see all the nature elements down the bottom as well, and the myrtle tree, and some of the dirt and grass up the top, and the dirt down the bottom. And so yeah, go check that one out because it's such an awesome story about because there's 2 in this one, this will indicate 2 healing projects. I know that when I've only really done 1 baby before, but in this one I've done 2, and so it's about a healing project that's coming your way. And so click on the link and check out the story because it's such a great story with this one. And so I hope you enjoy reading about that one, and I'll leave the link down the bottom in the description box. And so yeah, how did everyone go last week? Did you find that you had an opportunity that came your way? I would love to know about your experiences that came your way from last week. The first card we pulled out was with the ancestral being, letting us know that we're uncovering a treasure trove of information to do with ourselves, but we're also learning to balance out any pain that we experience when we're an adult. And so I'm going back into like the most simplest and pleasurable things from when we're in our childhood in order to overcome any adversity that you may be feeling during this time. And the other card that we pulled out was with dragonfly and and crocodile, letting us know that we're determined and that we're mastering a change during this time in order to evolve to our next level. And I know that this is not always easy to do because the past can be so painful when we're wanting to let that go and head into a new chapter of our life. And so it's not easy to it is so very painful. And so but this is giving us the green light, letting us know that we're doing such a great job and that we are needing to continue on our path to master this change so that we can override anything that's been there from the past and have a new chapter full of more happiness and fulfillment. And so did you find that there was an opportunity that came your way that enabled you to grow your power? I would love to know in the comments. And the other card that we pulled out, which was our solution card for this week, is the butterfly. I am connected, letting us know that you can understand each phase in your life, which is a natural progression of life when you give yourself time and patience with yourself, and just letting also that there could have been that you're making a transformation, because that's what the butterfly mimics back to us about the transformation of life that's happening within ourselves, and understanding what cycle that we could have been going through at this point in time, and and that we could be healing wounds from the past and things like that. And so I hope you had a good experience with those animals from last week. And so let's have a look and see the animals that we're going to be drawing out for this week, and the guidance that they're going to be bringing us for the week. And and if you've received your card deck, I would love you will love the guidebook that's inside the card, the guidebook that's inside the box with the cards. Because you can follow along every week when I do the Dreamtime messages, which is on every Sunday. And so I've been a little bit sick. I normally post every Sunday and Monday evening, and so I may have forgotten last week because I've been trying to rest as much as possible. But yeah, so I usually post every Sunday and Monday evening. The messages come out every Sunday evening, and so And every week I pull out 3 cards, and the third card is a solution card. And I also use dried white sage to cleanse the cards and myself every week, so that we can get the best possible messages coming to us and guidance. So let's have a look and see which is the first card that we're going to be pulling out this week. And crocodile seems to be a pretty powerful theme for us lately. And so the first card we pulled out was with crocodile. I am powerful, letting us know when I realize what no longer serves me from my life, I become more powerful. And we may or may not realize what actually that is. That's not serving us anymore. It could be like something from the past that's been echoing back to you, maybe on repeat. Could be from a past relationship, or maybe from a group of friends that no longer served you, or maybe they were bullying you, or maybe like certain family members. So whatever that may be, it's giving us the message that that when we let that go, we can become more powerful in ourselves, because we're no longer giving energy to it. We're no longer believing that narrative anymore. We're not believing that story about what happened back then, even though it was painful or anything like that. And so taking back our power from a situation is the most empowering thing that you can do for yourself, even when you feel useless, worthless, downtrodden, and all those other emotions we can feel sometimes in a situation that has been the result of a lesson that we've had to learn along the way. Now's the time to take action in your life in order to take back your power. Do not be uncertain. The transformation you're about to take will ultimately lead you to a better life. And so trust in this powerful surge of energy to push forward during this time. And allow anything that no longer serves you to leave your life. Your true gift at this very moment remains in the trust you put into this process. And so allow yourself to unfold so that this newfound power can grow. And yeah, it's not always easy when we're healing and we're growing and we're wanting to make a change and we're wanting to build a better life for ourselves. It's not always easy. And so, that's also an indicator that you're going really well with your progress. And because anything that's worthwhile is never easy. And so the purpose of the crocodile dreaming is so that we can truly understand the source of our own power, which lies in our own hands and not in another. Now's the time to take back your power, so listen carefully to your intuition and the journey of your songline dreaming, which is detailed in the first card. Take notice of where this journey is leading you. Is it leading you down a disempowering track, or one that will help you to grow? And so the action step this week is your soul is going to thrive by taking action to push yourself out of a situation which is causing you to feel hurt or stuck. Allow yourself to be free by walking away from this track which has been putting you down emotionally, physically, or spiritually. Give yourself the permission to leave so that you can take back your power, because you are powerful. And so you could be feeling in a negative, hurt, stuck, or procrastination. You can always turn this around by taking some positive action, allowing yourself to grow and to change. And so that is the first card that we drew out for the week starting the 6th of September. October, not September. And so let's have a look. And we never pull out the cards that we pulled out from last week because they're not really in the deck. So they'll be in the deck again next week. So this ensures that we don't get the same cards the next time around, and so that we can experience what changes that have been coming up for us. And so let's have a look and see what the second let's have a look and see what the second card is for us. And yeah, I never know which cards that we're going to get, so so it's always a surprise. As much as it's a surprise for you, it's a surprise for me as well. And the other card that we pulled out this week is with the dingo. I am advancing, letting us know that when I listen to the deepest part of my heart and soul, I am confident the decisions I make ultimately lead to my life purpose. And this is such a wonderful card to get for this week, because it is showing us that we're making progress. And especially with the crocodile and dragonfly card that we drew out from last week, and that was letting us know that we're mastering a change during this time. And so if we have a look in the guidebook, everyone can follow along if they've got their guidebook every week. And so which is on page 55. And so dingoes, as you all may know, are the native dog to Australia. And yes, there is much speculation about this, but there is much speculation about Aboriginal culture in general anyway. Being the oldest continuing culture in the world, we are still here, not going anywhere, and there is proof in the dreaming and stories of our culture. It's a feeling you see, and this will never be taken away. Are you finding yourself at a crossroads lately, about to begin or end a certain cycle or stage in your life? Or maybe it's just a job, relationship, or a move that's on the rise. Maybe, or whatever it may be in your life, that is the beginning or ending. Be sure that the next step will bring you closer to your dream. You're about to reach a very important stage in your life, where your journey will lead you to your most important lesson, your life path. Allow your instincts to guide you in this direction of your truest desires, and listen to the deepest part of your heart and soul. You are ready to begin your spiritual journey. Allow yourself to be guided and be open to receiving messages from Spirit and what the next steps to take are next. Your progress has taken you this far. Pause for a moment. Allow yourself to be confident in your next steps forward, and this will ultimately lead to your life purpose. And so the purpose of the dingo is to let us know it's time to begin or end something. From this beginning or ending, you will find the missing piece of yourself. You're at a crossroads in your life. You're either beginning a certain chapter or in your life or leaving one behind. Choose wisely, but remember to use your instincts like the dingo to come to a conclusion about the best way to go. The action step this week is have trust in your personal guidance system by having more faith in your instincts to show you the way so that you can make spiritual progress on your journey. So you could be feeling on a negative, blocked, maybe you feel inactive, or you disbelieve what's actually happening at this point. And that's all valid and natural if you do feel this way, because our minds can get stuck in a loop where we feel, not this happening again. I'm getting sick of this, and we don't really believe it when positive things do start to happen. And so it's important that we really just take our time and be gentle with ourselves, but also recognize these changes and the positive things that are happening, maybe by writing them down in your journal so you can look back over them and say, yeah, wow, that really did happen. I can't believe it. This is really great. And congratulating yourself and acknowledging yourself as well. And so the positive is new beginning or ending, spiritual progress, and development. And so let's have a look and see what the next card is, which is going to be our solution card for the week. And the card that is necessary for us to go even one step deeper into in order to find those solutions that we're maybe seeking during this time, during this week. And so we're just going to be seeing, wow, I saw that one coming as well, because I have a lady beetle just like out the back of my door outside at the back, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. So we got this is our solution card with the Lady Beetle. I am free, letting us know when I let go of control and judgment, I allow my heart to sing with joy. I'm free to be me without any limitations. And so, you know, it's about a little bit like what I said to do with the Dingo card about, you know, sometimes we don't, we're in disbelief about what's actually happening because, you know, we've been caught up in such a negative loop for so long that we're just like expecting bad things to happen, which I know is not a good thing. But you know, this can happen, like you know, this can be an automatic thing that's happening at the time, and so it's important to catch ourselves out when any of this does happen, so that we can you know, bring ourselves back into a more balanced and level perspective about what's actually happening. And you know I keep going on about the writing in the journal, but this is how we can also align ourselves a lot better with facts and what's actually happening, because instead of like what's kind of, you know, banging on in our head or repeating in our head, that's maybe not so useful. And so when we have a look at this one, the ancestral lady beetle represents the playful nature of our inner spirit, and it always allowing it to play, also known as the ladybugs or ladybirds. They vary in colour from orange, red, yellow and black spots. Like the butterfly, lady beetles also have 4 stages of growth. It takes 4 weeks to transform from egg to adult, lasting up to 1 to 2 years of age. Their bright red colour warns birds they are not tasty and is part of their protection against other predators. They also emit toxic substances from their legs if threatened. They are a sign of good luck, and the Dreamtime message of the lady beetle tells us that the spirited child within us all can become lost at times from everything that has either impacted us that we do not remember when we were a child, or from the hectic day-to-day lives that we live in, or we have lost touch and sight of this undying part that longs to feel safe, happy and whole again. Through acknowledgement, encouragement, support from those who love us unconditionally. But don't worry, that is what Ancestral Lady Beetle brings us today, with the healing of this inner child via the bringing back of those feelings and natural qualities of being a child, such as fun, laughter and being happy again. And so the purpose of the Lady Beetle reminds us to reconnect to our inner child, that to assist with deep healing, self-care and inner child recognition. So we don't seem to get enough to do these things for ourselves on a daily or weekly basis, because, you know, we're always so caught up in the day-to-day life, hectic life, you know, running at a pace to get things done all the time. And so remove yourself from negative people as well, or situations that are holding your inner child back. And so the action step this week to do with the inner child healing of the lady beetle: don't ever lose the childlike innocent in your heart. Always allow it to play, keeping it young. Having fun, laughter and being happy are all natural qualities of your inner child. What activities can you do today in order to bring more balance and happiness into your life? And so it could be something like going to a painting class, or taking an online course that's related to healing, or you could spend some quality time in nature with yourself in order to reconnect with nature. You could do something fun like going bowling, or doing something that brings you happiness. And there's so many things, you know. You might this week want to write a list of all the things that makes you happy, or all the things that brings you joy into your life. And this will be a great start in order to bring back the inner child happiness and the spirited child that loves to play. And Lady Beetle symbolize good luck, inner child work, happiness is coming, innocence, purity, passion involving healing, making time to play, and reconnection to the heart. And so that is a solution card in order to allow yourself to be more powerful and leaving the past behind. Allowing yourself to be powerful and releasing what no longer serves you. So, you know, the Lady Beetle is bringing you the solution to that by reconnecting to your inner child and the joyful, playful, spirited child. And, you know, you're advancing. So it's about reconnecting to the deepest part of your heart and soul, and that the trusting in yourself that the decisions that you make will ultimately lead to your life purpose, and, you know, being mindful that you're actually in a cycle at this point in time where you're leaving something behind and you're starting something new. So, you know, it can feel like it's pretty painful, and but, you know, you need to also remember that there's something beautiful and something new on the horizon that's starting as well. And so, you know, it's letting us know again that the Lady Beetle is our solution to any adversity that we're feeling or anything that's feeling hard this week, because at the moment it's helping us to feel happy again and reigniting the passion and love and self-healing that you have for yourself, which is really important in order to leave anything that's no longer serving you behind and starting this new chapter in your life. And so I hope everybody has a wonderful week with the full moon that's on Tuesday, and we got some really powerful cards this week, and I hope everybody has a wonderful week with these ones, and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.